What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Thomas back again with another rendition of Truth Be Told. Now this past week, in news is I saw a lot of people bitching about the whole Bill Burr thing. Apparently, Bill Burr, I watched the clip. Bill Burr is a comedian. Sometimes he can be a little raunchy and stuff at times. He does that a lot to get, to get under the woke cancel culture skin, just to mess with them. But apparently he said something as a joke. I'm not sure exactly what it was, because I didn't really feel like he said anything really major. But it really, I don't know, it got under their skin really bad for some reason. And they literally started slinging shit at him. I mean, they were attacking him left and right. They even attacked his wife because she happens to be black. So, it was ridiculous and it was retarded. There were so many people bitching about this. They didn't understand why they were attacking him, which I don't either. It made no sense. He didn't say anything super offensive, so I don't know what the deal was. Anyways, that was the big news I saw. It was dumb. Just another... This generation's just gotten retarded. They literally attack anybody who doesn't agree with them. It's just gotten ridiculous. But Hollywood and the Demon Rats and, MSM and Big Tech, they're pushing that shit. It's literally dangerous. It's scary. It's dangerous. It's basically, the Nazi Socialist Party. It's literally what the Nazis stood for, is all that shit. Eventually, they're going to start setting up concentration camps and killing people, is what's going to happen. Anyways, moving on. The main thing I want to talk about is I just got done watching a new release. It came out not too long ago. The movie is called Cosmic Sin, and it stars Bruce Willis. He's the only one I recognized in the entire movie. I had no idea who the rest of the cast was. Bunch of no-names. They're saying some Frank guy is known, Grillo or whatever the fuck his name is. I've never seen him before. I don't know who he is. And I'm pretty versed in most movies. So, whatever. He's a no-name to me. Anyways, if you ever seen the show called Stargate or SG-1, the television show, you're literally basically getting a movie version of it, is basically what this is for the most part. Yeah, there's slight differences, but mainly, you have an alien race. Earth makes first contact with them or whatever, and they're hostile. So they decide to attack them first, and before there's a war started. Anyways, the aliens, just like on SG-1, need host bodies. They're little slug-like beings. The second thing is Bruce Willis and his crew are trying to destroy a gigantic Stargate. that's above this planet that these aliens are attacking. And there's a huge fleet of alien ships behind the wormhole on the other side of the Stargate, ready to come through. So literally, it's basically SG-1. It's just retarded. It's literally what they copied SG-1. It's basically what happened. Whoever made this movie. It was okay, but it wasn't really all that great because I've already seen this before. The aliens were terrible looking anyway. You have one woman who's supposedly converted into an alien who pretty much it leads the alien group. And then the alien group are just these guys in like these little shimmering purple cloaks. Black and purple cloaks. It's just dumb. You'd tell they were human. It was ignorant. The movie was okay, like I said, if you're just bored and want to watch an action flick, but it wasn't all that great. Just watch SG-1 or Stargate 1 or whatever you want to call it. It's way much better. Okay, that's all I have for you. News today. Let's get on to your B-movie reviews. This week is Sci-Fi Week, Movieholics. First one I'm going to talk about stars Carrie Fisher and Dean Stockwell. It was done in 1987, and it was called The Time Guardian. Now this is an Australian film. It only made about 13 grand. It did really bad. It was really cheesy. The story basically is you have some city that can traverse time, and it's constantly bouncing back and forth through time. And then you have these so-called Terminators, because that's what it was like the cheesy version of the Terminator. That's what it reminded me of. So-called Terminator guys that are trying to kill them. And they built little time spheres that allows them to track them down whenever the city lands in a specific time period. They can track them down and go attack them. Eventually the Terminators, for some odd reason, are not able to require resources to make themselves or fix themselves, the robotic parts or whatever. So they went with biotech and they started making themselves cyborgs, which made no sense, but whatever. And it really doesn't really explain why they keep traveling through time. Why the city seems to be losing people and it never regains people, so that don't make no sense. When they're literally traveling through time, they can pick people up or whatever. It makes no sense. But anyways, they land somewhere in Australia, and they gotta fight off some of the cyborg guys. Eventually they win and everything's hunky-dory, and they go back into time. And that's literally the whole movie. It's kind of dumb. It made entirely no sense. I really didn't get it. Not a very good movie. The Aussies tend to do some weird shit with their movies. I like some of their stuff, but some of it's kind of off the wall. And this one was definitely off the wall. As far as special effects go, they weren't really all that great. I'm going to have to give them a 2. It wasn't really that good. It was pretty bad. It was pretty cheesy. The acting, other than Carrie Fisher and Dean Stockwell, which is really surprising they're in this, you know, the acting was probably a -3. It wasn't really that great. The story was just bizarre. I give it a 2. It made no sense whatsoever. Overall, this film, I'll give it a -3. You can watch it, but it's not really that great. I give it 2 thumbs down. I don't recommend this movie. No offense to Carrie and Dean, but it wasn't that good. Alright, let's move on to your second one. The next one I went and watched is called Time Runner. It was done in 1993. It starred Mark Hamill, you know, Luke Skywalker, Radon Chung, and Brian James. Radon Chung is the daughter of, you know, Cheech and Chong, or Chong, Tommy Chong. And then Brian James, you see him quite a bit in the 80s and 90s B-rated movies. He's a great actor, B-rated actor. I love that guy. He's a cool dude. Anyways, the story basically is there's an alien invasion in the future. Mark Hamill, his character, comes back in time to try to stop the alien invasion. Now, he didn't purposely go back in time. Things got a little screwed up. He went through a wormhole and ended up in our time. The aliens were already here, I guess, in the 90s. It's supposed to be like way in the future he came from, but he came back to the 90s. And apparently they already had started coming here and preparing for the invasion. So they find out about him, and then they try to track him down and take him out. Needless to say, it doesn't happen. Actually, he ends up changing the future a little bit, and everything seems hunky-dory towards the end. You know, everybody's happy after kind of shit. There is one scene that's a mistake in the movie. You could clearly see it. They're running by this house, and you literally see the camera guy on the platform for the camera when it raises it up and moves it along on the wheels or whatever. You can see the shadow right on the ground from the sunlight. It's kind of funny. Anyways, this movie, as far as special effects go, it was cheesy, but it was okay. I'll give it a 3. The norm. The acting wasn't bad. You had some decent actors in this, so I give that a solid 3 too. You had some decent actors in it, so there wasn't any bad acting in it really. Wasn't great, but wasn't bad. And then you had, as far as the story-wise go, the story, it's kind of been done before, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad story. At least it wasn't, you know, some slugs in the freaking brain needs a host type of aliens. But anyways, it was alright. It wasn't too that bad. Overall, I'll give it a solid 3 for the movie. It was okay. Um, it's worth a watch. I'll give it thumbs up, thumbs down. It's alright. Not great, but not bad. Anyways, that's pretty much all I have for you this week. If you have any comments about what I said earlier in the video, or thoughts of what I said earlier in the video, please leave your thoughts down in the comments down below. If you have any, or you think there might be some gems or underrated movies that I may never have heard of, please leave them down, your suggestions down in the comments down below, and I'll try to get to reviewing them as soon as I can. That's all I have for you this week. Until next time, I told you you'd be told the truth, and you've just been told.